Hi YouTube, graphics designs here with a tutorial on how to make a desktop wallpaper, a decent one. As you can see here, I made this one yesterday or the day before, pretty decent. 3D text was made in Autodesk 3ds Max 2010, and you can see I have some optical flares here and my little logo in the top right. So let me just move that out of the way. Alright. First of all, you want to go to your screen resolution, right click, screen resolution, and check your resolution. Mine's 1366 by 768. This is on Windows 7. And go to File, New, 1366 by 768. It's already here. Make sure it's pixels, not centimeters or millimeters or points, pickers or columns. And I'm going to make the background transparent and RGB color. So the background's transparent here, and I'm going to give it a fill effect of black, which the color palette is here, and it was already selected to black. So then I'm going to go to my blending options on that layer you made black. I'm going to change it to gradient overlay, make the scale to 150. Put the style into radial, make it in a reverse, and change the color. Just double click on where it has white to black here, and I like it to a black to a white, so I'm going to double click on the white thing, just double click right there, and I'm going to change it to a nice light blue, and okay. So now we've got the background done. You can add some other effects after. I'm going to open my 3D text, which is here, and I'm going to drag it, drop, and here's my 3D text. I'm going to first off start by making a reflective text at the bottom. So I'm going to right click on the layer, duplicate, okay. Press Ctrl T to your transformation controls and hold Ctrl on the keyboard and get the corner and drag down. Get this corner, drag to about there. Move it to about where you want. Apply the transformation. I'm going to press Control T again. Hold Shift this time and make the text at the bottom a bit smaller. Move it around. And make sure it's selected on the layer. And press opacity arrow and drop it down so that it's like a reflective text at the bottom, and move it to how you want. Oh, okay. Move it to around where you want so it looks pretty decent, and duplicate the main layer, which is this one again if you want a nice motion blur kind of effect. So I'm going to duplicate it. Okay, Control T, Shift, hold Shift, and bring it out. Bring it out more over here, and put that down. And I'm going to press this arrow to apply the transformation, and I'm going to drag this layer underneath the main one, so it is behind, which is over here. And then what I'm going to do is make sure the layer is selected. I'm going to press Filter, Blur, Motion Blur, and choose the angle you prefer it in to make a blur. Yeah, I don't mind. Just put the distance a bit back or forward, which changes the blur. So okay, and you can just move around after if you want. Just gives it more of an effect. You can find any more kind of pictures that you want. I'm going to look on my desktop, and I have got this. It's a colorful abstract smoke effect, and I'm going to drag the whole image onto mine, and I'm going to change that to a lighten, and it's going to give a nice looking kind of effect. I'm going to drop it down a bit. It's quite big, so I'm going to go to the corner and hold shift and drop it down. And here we go. Press that, apply transformation. I'm going to get the eraser and make the hardness down so you can erase the hard kind of lines here. So it looks like an effect. And I'm going to move it to about there. Or I'm going to turn it to about there. And I'm going to make it come out of the text so it looks a bit better. That's better. And so you got that kind of effect on it. And I'm going to press open. And what I'm going to do now is get optical flares. You can get optical flares from After Effects. I use CS5 version. And I use Video Copilot's optical flares. Just look on YouTube for a tutorial on how to get optical flares for your After Effects. And yeah, so go to Photoshop, open, desktop, flares, and I'm going to use this one first because it's a purple, same as the smoke effect. So I'm going to drag it onto there and change the mode to lighten. Oh, sorry, lighten, and drop it down a bit so it's a bit smaller. It's a bit big. And I'm going to put it right there on top of the smoke. And if you can see any kind of lines or any white areas, as you can see here, you can see this white area, like the white outline of where the image the black background used to be. Just get the eraser, make the hardness down so it's like a feather effect, and go around it a bit, and it will take that kind of whiteness away so it looks like a nice just optical flare. And I'm going to put that sitting on top there. And I also like my other optical flares, what I use to put on top of text. You can do this as well. All these optical flares are made in After Effects. If you'd like to get them, just download the trial of After Effects and look for a tutorial on Video Copilot's After Effects. And do the outline here, so because otherwise you can see the white areas. And you can just put that on top of the text. Gives it more of an effect. Makes it look a bit better. Just move this around. You can also, if it's moving and it's not moving where you want it, like on the tip of the smoke, hold Control T. You can zoom in by Control and the plus button. And you can just press the arrow keys to move it up to where you want, so it's right on the tip of the smoke. And Control minus to zoom out again and give it this nice effect. Also, I'm going to get this picture to give it an extra effect. I can also change the color of this by going to right click, blending options, color overlay. As you can see, it's red, so it will just look like that, which is pretty disgusting. So I'll press the mode, go right to the bottom and press color. Gives it that extra effect. And then I'll change this to screen, or no, lighten. Drag it out. Oh, it doesn't blend in with the purple, so I'm going to change the color of that. Blending options, color overlay. Wait, I'll just leave it as that for the moment. Change that to screen. Lighter looks better on that kind of image. And you just get that rubber and get that kind of effect so it doesn't look, you can't see the lines. And then you put it, I'm going to put it above the text. And I'm going to change the hardness. I'm going to put it down a bit more, so it's a bit, and just roughen up, no, smoothing out the rough edges around, and you can see you've got this kind of glittery effect behind the text, which looks a bit more decent. Otherwise it just looks all like a hard lined image and looks pretty bad. So sharpen that up, move it around a bit. Looks a bit more decent. As you can see, it's starting to look pretty good, and you can see the purple effect just under here, these lines. That's it for today's tutorial. If you're looking to know how to make the 3D text as shown here, just leave a comment below, and I'll sure to make a tutorial on how to make some 3D text. Thanks YouTube, rate, comment, subscribe, and see you later.